Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, for a little NFL Sunday, we got H-Town's finest in the house. What's good, LJ?
Doing great, fellas. Top of the morning to you. Happy Sunday. And you know what it is. It's time to get some money, man. It's football. Let's get it.
Yep. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right and one went wrong in the world of sports betting. After 3 really solid days in a row, we had that. I had one of those give back days, which are never fun, but it is what it is. Hockey went 5-10-2, lost with the Flyers, won with the Jets. The Flames lost, the team total over lost, but the full game over somehow got there. 6 goals in the third period. That was fun. Nashville and Boston under 6. That was quite the sweat, but it got there. 3-2 Boston final. Won that one. Columbus, New York under 6.5. I did not think the reason that play was going to lose was because of Igor, not Elvis. So that was a loser. Montreal team total over lost. That pushed the -1. The Red Wings team total over winner and the full game over winner. Islanders -1 was a push, and the team total over was a loser. And then ended the night off terrible. Minnesota, Toronto under loser. Edmonton, they lose 8-1 in their opening night. So surely they're going to bounce back against the exact same team at home in your home opener, right? Wrong. First period puck line loser, full game puck line loser. The Avalanche had about 6 expected goals. They score 1 and they win in a shootout. So the puck line was a loser there. CFL has split out, lost the Elks money line and team total over. They had a chance in the first half to cash that team total over. They missed the field goal. Montreal returns it back for a touchdown. And they go on to score nothing in the second half. So that team total was a painful loser. The over hit, and then the over in the Ottawa game later hit as well. And it was about a break-even day in college football. I'm not going to go over all 35 plays I had in college football, so we're gonna say we went 17-18 down 0.14 units. Overall, 24, 30, and 2 down 5.45 units. So big step back as we got really close to the black. For October, took a little bit of a step back there. LJ, I know you don't really do too much on Saturdays. Did you have anything yesterday?
No, sir. I took off yesterday. Getting ready for a big day today. So I'm locked in.
All right. Tim, recap what happened yesterday for you.
Yesterday on the site, we went 4 and 6, down 2.32. Not fun. I will quickly say that I am still kicking butt in hockey. I had another winning day in hockey yesterday, so take that, Nick. I'm the new expert hockey handicapper at ESP. No, I'm kidding. Philly over, winner. Jets puck line +195, winner. Predators were a loser. Blue Jackets +180, winner. Red Wings +105, winner. Montreal over, loser. Wild, loser. Sabres, loser. Blues, winner in a shootout. Oilers, puck line, loser. And then the over in the Carolina game, winner. It ended up being, so that's 1, 2. I think I ended up being up like 2.7 units in hockey yesterday. So really nice to see. I think that puts me about 7.75 for the year. So, and I think today, Nick, do you have any of them typed up? Oh, you have the baseball game. Okay. Today, I'm going to be on the Lightning, and that's it.
The Lightning. All right.
Lightning.
But we'll head over to the chat, Tim, and
go ahead.
We'll get into the games for today.
Cool. Go ahead.
Joe saying, yo, yo, yo. All right. An okay day. Not a great day, but an okay day. All right, it's going to be a great Sunday. Let's hope. Top of the morning. What's up? Says Joe to Markel. Let's get this. There we go. Learned my lesson on betting all in regulation last night in the NHL. Regulation bets. I can't stand regulation bets. Canucks plus 2.5. There you go. VGK minus 1.5 boosted to plus money on and then the Notre Dame under 30.5 first half, but the full game over got there. That was nice. Let's go under in this London game. I agree. How often do you sing the midnight special? I did not.
Fuck the midnight special. Stupid Hawaii.
Tim looks tired as hell.
Yes, I am.
Joe says take that Browns jersey off.
No.
Yeah, I got under in the Ravens game.
No.
Yep. Is that a Brown jersey? Yeah, it is. Where did Georgia money line hit?
Yeah, not only is it a Brown, it's Baker Mayfield. Let's get it.
I wanted to take this Colts line, and it jumped even further into plus money. Hard to back a team with no QB on the road, though. I mean, Gardner Minshew's okay, but we'll see. But we'll get into the slate today. We're actually going to kick it on and off only because this is a playoff game with baseball right now, as we have the American League Championship Series game number 1, the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. The Astros minus 135 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's get up the line history for this game here. Line opened up at a 135. It's up down to a 131 now. So a small move towards the Texas Rangers. Line opened up at a minus 120 to the over. It's now a minus 113 to the over. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Rangers. We do have 41% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the Rangers. So that explains the small line movement towards these Rangers. 45% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the over. The lines move slightly towards the under. And I kept this game somewhat simple for me. I'm not gonna fix what ain't broke. I've been riding the Astros. I've been riding the Phillies throughout the playoffs, and that's exactly what I'm going to continue to do here. I'm on the Astros first 5. I'm on the Astros full game. I also played a little bit of series props for this one as well. I posted it on Twitter last night. I took the Astros -1 for the series, so I got that at plus 102. I put my normal baseball unit on that, and I sprinkled 0.2 units each on exact scores for the series. 4-2 Astros at plus 385, 4-1 Astros at plus 575, and 4-0 Astros at 10-1. Just small sprinkles on those. I think at the end of this series, I'll continue to say what I've said between the Astros and the Rangers all year long. There's levels to this, and the Rangers are just not quite there yet. So I'm on the Astros first 5 in full game today, and I got a decent amount of series props for them as well. LJ, your Astros are in action here. Game 1 of the ALCS. Your thoughts here for your Stros?
Yes, sir. Full disclosure, I will be down there tonight at the ALCS.
Yeah.
I got a ticket, luckily enough. So I will be enjoying the festivities in my hometown. And I am on 2 bets in this game, gentlemen. Y'all know it's been riding it all year. It's been going back to last year. Astros team total over 4.5, minus 120, because left-hand pitcher. I've been preaching it all year. And they're batting 800 OPS versus left-hand pitchers throughout the season. So I don't think nothing changes today. Jordan Montgomery's on the mound. He's seen Astros a couple times. He's pitched very well, actually, versus them. But it's a playoff game, different atmosphere. I believe the Astros will get at him, and they could go over that 4.5 team total. And I'm also on the first 5 overruns, 4.5. I believe it goes over 4.5. So I see a lot of runs in the first 5. Now, to say the full game will go over is a question, because I believe the full game could still stay under. I believe it's at 9 right now. So I believe it could still stay under. We could get like a 4-2 game, you know what I'm saying, 3-2, somewhere around there, you know what I'm saying, to where I believe the team total of the Astros should go over 5 and it still hit that under 9. So Astros team total over 4.5, first 5 over 4.5. Those are my plays.
There you go. Tim, your thoughts here, Astros and Rangers.
Well, the Rangers are absolutely just going to sweep the Astros. No, I'm kidding. Fuck the Rangers. No, I'm all over the Astros. All over them. I think this is, once again, we're going to see what we saw in the regular season. What it was, 9-3 in the regular season for the Astros, and I think they just continue. They were dominant in the regular season. I think it transparents over. You definitely got the pitching advantage with Verlander over Montgomery. By the way, if anybody didn't know, Montgomery is the least profitable pitcher that is left in the playoffs. Because obviously there was other players, Giolito, and there was a couple other guys that were worse than him.
He also played for the
in
Cardinals.
the playoffs, Montgomery is the worst. Huh?
He also played for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I know he played for the Cardinals. Doesn't matter. He's still one of the worst. So, I'm gonna continue to fade him like I did all year. I'm on the Astros. I'm taking their run line because I don't like to lay juice like this. Yeah, Montgomery in the games he pitched, 11 and 21. You're down 12.34 units. Only players that were worse were Sandoval and Giolito. There you go.
All right. Back to the chat, Tim, and then we'll get into some NFL.
I'm gonna exit out of Nick. I'm gonna reset my computer.
You're laggy. Yeah,
my
you're
entire
laggy.
thing is just laggy. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
All right. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna try to fix it. I'll be right back.
Yep. Joe's saying he got the Falcons and Bengals money line parlay. All right. Fernandez says kind of leans Rangers and he likes the Astros tomorrow. All right. What do you think the final score is in the Dolphins game? I think it's a 10-point game. I think it's going to be closer than people think it will be. I think it'll be a closer game than people think. A lot to a little. I don't think so. I think maybe 27-17. I fixed my lighting in the garage, had a light on a timer. There you go. You guys taught me off the Rangers then. I mean, you bet what you want to bet. We're just here to give our opinions on the game here. And we'll get into some NFL. We'll kick it on off with the Atlanta Falcons at home against the Washington Commanders. The Falcons -1 favorites now, total 42.5. It is kind of concerning that they are down to a -1 here. So it's kind of interesting. Let's take a look at the line history in this game when we switch from baseball to NFL here, so I can get the final or get the line history in this one. It opened up at Atlanta -1. It got up to a 2.5, and it's back down to a -1. When was the last? Okay, it opened up on the 8th. So it actually opened up at -2. It got up to -2.5, and it's now -1 because the pre last week line was -1. So, and then for the total, as I click off, I need to click back on. It opened up at a 42. It's up to a 42.5, which kind of interesting line move there too as well. Let's take a look at what the cash flow is for this one. 55% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Falcons here. 64% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the over. The line has moved slightly towards the over in this spot. The Falcons are 3-0 at home. Their only wins this year have come at home. They are 1-4 over under. So this is more of an under team, and so is Washington, 2-3 to the under. They're 1-1 away from home. I saw a stupid stat that Desmond Ridder hasn't lost a home game since high school. But he didn't lose a single home game with Cincinnati, and he hasn't lost one with Atlanta yet. So that's maybe something to keep in mind. And the thing is with the Falcons, one thing I've noticed is the only times they've put up double-digit points, just 10-plus points, were all at home. The 2 games away from home, 6 points against the Lions, 7 points against the Jaguars. I'm on the Dirty Birds in this one here. I had this game around a 4? I had this game around a 4.5, 5. My bad. So I had a -1. I mean, I might grab a little extra Falcons here at this pick'em price. I think this line's way off. The line's going the wrong direction. At -124, I might grab some more Dirty Birds. But for right now, I'm just on the -2.5 in this game. Tim, your thoughts here? Commanders and Dirty Birds here.
Yeah, this is one of those easy games that I looked at, crossed out, and moved on. I can't. I don't mess with these teams anymore. Washington, after starting off 2-0, I'm like, oh, you know what? They might actually be able to be like halfway good this year, and maybe after that Buffalo 37-3, they lost an over. Hey, that overtime game was convincing. I was looking at that one like, oh, maybe they might actually be, and then they lose by 20 to the Bears. So I'm gonna stay away from the Commanders, although it could be a good kind of bounce back spot, but we were saying that for the last 3 weeks, so I'm not going to do that. And then the Atlanta Falcons, yeah, they came back from London and they won. I was surprised that they did that. I was all over the Houston Texans trying to fade the team coming back from London. Did not work that game. But hey, it doesn't work 100% of the time. It works 60% of the time. So I'm not really hung up on it. And when it came to this game, I completely stayed away from it. I don't like these two teams. I can't get them right. So I'm not going to go bet on two teams that are just mediocre like this. 1-800-GAMBLER, and I moved on. Neither of these teams are making the playoffs.
Yeah, last week's Falcons money line, never in doubt. But you mentioned the bounce back game theory here. I do somewhat subscribe to that theory, but only for good teams. If you're a bad team and you get your ass beat, you're a bad team. I expect you can get your ass beat again. Like, correct. I only expect that.
But I will say, Washington, coming off of playing Thursday Night Football the previous week, had plenty of time to get ready for this game.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing everybody remembers is that 20-point game. I would lean Washington, but I'm not betting it.
LJ, your thoughts here, Commanders and Falcons.
Yes, sir. I don't have a side. Both these teams, like I just mentioned, are very anemic offensively. They're horrible on third down. They give up too many turnovers. So I can't trust either one of these quarterbacks for the most part to be confident enough to bet on them. But I do have an interesting look. The first quarter over 7.5 is plus 115 on my book. And the Washington Commanders allowed the most points in the first quarter at 10 points, especially on the road. So you could see Atlanta maybe jump on them early, or Washington could score early. I believe that, both teams can score pretty much a touchdown or a field goal and go over that 7.5 first quarter. But that's just a look. I didn't take it. But what I did take, I have a prop in this game. I have Logan Thomas for the Commanders over 39.5 receiving yards, minus 114. And the reason why I have this is because Atlanta has allowed 5 tight ends this year to average 6 receptions and 55 yards, a total of 3 touchdowns, 3 out of the 5 games. And I did some research as well for last year. And the Atlanta Falcons played 10 tight ends last year. Those 10 tight ends averaged 58.5 receiving yards. So this is a position that they can defend going back to last year. So I'm just going to take a shot on Logan Thomas. He's hit this number 3 out of the 5 games already this year. So I don't see why he can't hit this number again against the Falcons' lackluster defense and the fact that they have trouble guarding that position. I'm going to take a shot. So Logan Thomas, over 39.5 receiving yards, minus 114. And also another look is the field goal kicker for the Falcons. Washington give up the most field goals, 3 a game. So if you can trust Young Ho to get you over 1.5 field goals, then that's a good look too. I didn't bet it, but I'm definitely on Logan Thomas over 39.5 receiving yards for the Commanders.
There we go. Back to the chat, Tim, and then we'll move on to the next game.
Real quick, Baltimore punted. Tennessee muffed the punt. Baltimore has it 1st and 10 at the Tennessee 11 with 1 second left to go in the half. They got the field goal. There you go.
Yep.
Let's go.
That mistake cost 3 points.
Hey, all I'm going to ask in that Baltimore Ravens game is for Keaton Mitchell touchdown. That's it. That's all I want. Keaton Mitchell touchdown. Go Pirates. Where did you leave off? I was resetting my thing.
That one.
Brown plus 10.5 parlayed with the under 36.5.
I kind of want to go over that number.
I'm curious on that Browns game. I want to talk it over with everybody. Bet the Dolphins game under. What do the Dolphins got? Under 50. Oh, that's a teaser. That's a teaser. Yeah. They got Panthers. Okay. Over. I could see. Not in this game. No, I don't see the over in this game. Have a good day, fellas. You too, Flea. Got to be Falcons. I stayed away from the side. Let's get the money. Let's do it, Panger. Falcons. Yep. I jumped on the Ravens spread. Nice. I forgot to bet them last night. I wanted to and then totally forgot. Titans look like they got less sleep than Nick did last night. Nice.
I did fine.
I might re-hop on the under 40 in the Ravens game, parlay it with the Falcons and Bengals. I do not like the Bengals today. Commanders aren't good.
Nope, they're not.
We know that. They still won't finish last place though. I just want to jump on the Commanders, but I didn't. I was looking that way. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back tomorrow and the Commanders won 17-16. Falcons have upside on offense. Commanders just don't. That's fair. No commando. Good morning, JoJo. Oh, damn, coming in with the H-Town looks. I like these looks. Let's get it. Wow. Yeah, yep. Bro, Ravens field goal attempt plus 4,500 about to cash.
Did you really bet them to get a field goal attempt last second there?
Yeah, I guess so. What up, fan? What's up, Smoke? He bets the result of the drive right before the drive starts. 4,500 with the field goal.
That's crazy.
You're insane, dude. I'm just saying, betting result of the drive. There you go. Yeah, I've had some luck betting.
You got to be really locked in to do that. Like,
yeah. Goddamn, dude. Nice. I've never bet that before. Yeah, most people haven't because we're not absolutely freaking lunatics. Thank you. Let's move on to this game, Nick.
Yeah, this one's interesting. There's been a decent line move towards it as well, and actually there's been a little bit of buyback too. This line opened up on the 8th at -3.5 for the Vikings. It went down to a 3, got down to a 2.5. Now it's back up to a -3. This line opened up at a 49.5. It's now down all the way to a 44. It's actually gone back up to a 44.5. I kind of need to know what the let me get up what the weather is, because I have a feeling this is going to be.
It has nothing to do with that.
Really?
It has something to do with
a 5-point drop. You think has nothing to do with the weather?
It could, but it also could do to the fact that a struggling Minnesota offense is going to be.
There it is. Nope. 22-mile-an-hour winds in Soldier Field today.
Man, you're right. Go ahead.
That's why the line has dropped the way it has. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here. Where is this game? There it is. We have 68% of the tickets and 58% of cash on the over. And then we have 56% or 44% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the Vikings in this game here. And when I do have a little bit of action on this one, I got the Bears up to an 8.5 and a 2-team teaser. When they were a 2.5, I teased them up. I also played the over 44 in this game. I think the lines moved too far. The Chicago Bears are a perfect 5-0 to the over so far this year. Now, Minnesota is 1-4 to the under. They've gone under 3 in a row, but their totals were 2 of them were 52.5 and 52. And I hit both those unders. And the other one was that 21-13 win over Carolina where they went under 45.5. Now it's a 44. This is the lowest total they've had all season. And Minnesota is a tricky team right now. I don't know what to expect from them. My number for this game is about a 2.5. So I have a small lean towards the Bears. That's why I put them in a teaser because they were one of the 2 teams that fall into the criteria for me to tease a game. I'm on the over at 44. I lean Bears, maybe a Bears team total. This Vikings defense is not very good. They've given up 27-13 against Carolina, but then 28, 34, and 20. I see this game as potentially a little Bears team total over action as well. Let me just take a look what that line is, and then I'll pass the game off here. You can get the Bears team total at 20.5 at -115. I'm definitely very interested in that. I'm gonna look at a couple more things and probably go ahead and bet that. LJ, what's your thoughts here? Vikings and Bears.
Yeah, I was leaning the over like you earlier in the week, but I looked at the weather and it talked me off. It's unexpected weather today. And both of these quarterbacks give up turnovers, man. Minnesota has 12 turnovers in 5 games. Chicago has 8. So for me to trust any of these quarterbacks to have a good game today is just highly unlikely for me. So I just passed on the game, for the most part, and just, moved on because I just think both quarterbacks are shaky, especially with the weather being the way it is today. So I'm off.
Do you think the line dropping 5.5 points is maybe worth taking a look at the over, seeing that the books have kind of adjusted for this weather?
Yeah, it's a good look because I looked at the numbers for both quarterbacks. They're throwing over 250 yards the last 2 games. Kirk Cousins is averaging close to 300, but they props dropped this game for a reason, and that's what kept me off because I think they feel both these quarterbacks are going to make mistakes and not be in their good rhythm considering how the weather is today. So that's just my theory on it, and that's why I just stayed off completely. I don't want to touch it.
Fair. I end up just getting to that Bears team total over 20.5. But Tim, your thoughts on this one here, Bears and Vikings?
I am on the Vikings. And the main reason behind it is I like to fade the injury report. What was the big injury that went down? Oh, only the Minnesota Vikings best player. And the lines moved from 3.5 to 3. So I don't feel like it's moved enough. I think everybody's going to overreact over that. Not to mention, what was the last thing we just saw from the Bears? They got their first win of the year, a 20-point win on national television in Washington. Yeah, no, I'm going to sell high on them. I think this is a better spot for the Vikings than it is for the Bears. And even with the crappy weather, I still think the Vikings will be able to pass the ball against the Bears that has one of the worst defenses in the league. So, I'm definitely going to be interested in going after that. Yeah, defensively, they still allow 286 passing yards a game, which is second to worst in the NFL. So I think Minnesota is able to score points against them, even in the crappy weather. So I'll take the Vikings. I'll take the -3.
Does it worry you because you said, the Bears are coming off their first one, that they had extra time to prepare for the Vikings here playing on Thursday night compared to playing on Sunday?
No.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, because I know I made the same argument with Washington, so I understand that. No, I'm not as worried about that one with this, because the Bears won. So it's kind of more of that than anything. But I'm on the Vikings.
All right, fair enough. Back to the chat, and we'll move on to the next one.
The plus 4,500, the field goal was on 3rd down. Right before they punted, I'm guessing.
Cool. Good hit. I don't even know how the hell you come up with that, but good hit.
Yeah, and the Ravens they always kick field goals. Yeah, they do.
Well, yeah, because you have Justin Tucker that can kick it from 85 yards away. So
always locked in. There you go. Bears money line. Nope. Yes, over. Yeah, I like the over. Good morning. Good morning, Maddie. Morning, Cameron. It sounds cold in there. It sounds cold. Couldn't do the over. That's fair. It's not for everybody. Isn't Kirk not so good at Soldier Field? I don't remember. I don't have his stats. Anybody have
last year they won 29-13. The year before they won 17-9. The year before they won 19-13. The Vikings have won 3 in a row in Soldier Field.
There you go. I have 0 monies on the Bears or Vikings. There you go. Bro, you can't always fade the injury report. Yes, I can. Respect it.
Goddamn right we can.
Damn right I can. I can do what I want. It's up to 45. There you go. Division game. Why are we betting the over?
Because the Lions dropped 5.5 points, and the Bears are an over or nothing team now.
Stay off.
I'm not betting an under in the Bears game.
That's fine. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. Let's head to this game.
Oh boy, I have nothing on this game at the moment. Let's see if I can find anything here. The Cincinnati Bengals are 3-point favorites against the Seattle Seahawks. Total of 45 in this game. The line before last week's games was Cincinnati minus 2.5. It opened up at -3 for the Bengals, and it got down to a 2.5 at one point, and it's back up to a 3. The line before last week's games was a 44. It reopened up at a 45.5. It's a 46 now. So we've had a line move towards the over, and we've had a looks like actually a slight just 6-cent line movement on the Cincinnati Bengals. Taking a look here, we have 77% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on. That's the Bengals money line. 65% of the tickets, 65% of the cash on the spread for the Bengals. The line's moved about 6 cents in their direction. We have 79% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on this over. The line's moved slightly towards the over here. This Bengals team is starting to play a little bit better. They're now 2-3. They're coming in off of a nice win last week. They covered the number at 34-20 against the against the Arizona Cardinals after getting blown out 27-3 in Tennessee. On the flip side, we have Seattle coming in off of a bye week. Previous to that, they've won 3 games in a row. Granted, it was against the Giants, the Panthers, and a nice win against the Lions. But they've had a little bit of a soft schedule the last couple of weeks for them. I have no interest in this game at the moment. My number for this one here was around Cincinnati minus 3.5. So I think this line's about correct. I don't see any value in getting involved with this game. I'm not going to force a play on this game. I would lean over if I had to get to anything at this point, but it's a pass for me. LJ, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, to be honest, bro, I would lean Seattle just because granted Cincinnati's offense stepped up last week versus the Cardinals, who has a shaky secondary. So are they gonna be able to do the same thing versus Seattle? They may, but I don't want to bet it because I would have to see it. And Seattle's defense is kind of shaky as well, too. They allow 280 passing yards. They allow the most plays in the league at 73. And they allow the most pass attempts at 41. So that lets me know if they're allowing those many pass attempts, that means they're shutting down that run game. Now, Cincinnati doesn't run the ball because they're at the bottom of the league in rush percentage. So they pass the ball, top 3, 66 pass percentage. And if Joe Burrow is going to stay healthy and be protected today, I think I want to take advantage of that secondary of Seattle because they're giving up so many pass attempts. How about we just jump on Joe Burrow over 37.5 pass attempts, minus 124? Because if he is going to be effective, he's going to have to pass the ball. Now, I'm not going to trust the yards. I'm not going to trust the completions. I'll just trust the attempts because even if he's back there throwing it away, throwing it on the ground, those count as attempts. So I trust that number more than him to try to get his passing yards and complete these passes because a lot of times these receivers are unreliable. They can drop the ball and things like that. So I just trust that he's going to have to pass the ball. That's the only look I had. Before I was taking the side, I can't trust the Bengals offense and I can't trust Seattle's pass defense. So that's what kept me off the side. But I'm on Joe Burrow over 37.5 pass attempts, minus 124.
Not a bad look. Tim, what's your thoughts on this game here? Seahawks and Bengals, a game that I probably will not be watching.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch any of the games. I'll watch the Jets game today, and that's about it. But I have my first contest pick in this game. I'm on the Seahawks. This is a prove it game.
Ooh.
Good job, Bengals. Yay, you beat the Cardinals. Good job. No, I don't care. And the other game that you won was a Monday night game against the Rams, and you won by 3 and pushed your spread. No, you haven't proved anything to me this year. Jamar, you guys finally had a good game. I'm not blowing that one out of proportion. I like Seattle. 3-1 to start the year. They're right in that playoff picture to start the year again. I will say I did watch that Monday night game. And what's their rookie's name? The safety that came in and just completely destroyed the Giants.
Witherspoon.
Thank you. Why not him to have a big game again? If you're able to grab defender, take him tackles or sacks or something. He was fantastic in that Monday night game. I could see him having another massive game today, especially with how bad the Cincinnati offensive line is, it's going to be a long day. And I think with the pressure that Seattle's going to bring, I would take Cincinnati's team total under as well. Like, I think this one's – I know it's Seattle's a dog. I could see this one being more of a blowout. I could see Seattle winning this game by 10 to 14 points. So I'm on Seattle. They're my first of my contest picks for the PSR, which, for the record, I'm absolutely garbage, and I think I'm 10, 14, and 1 or something like that. Luckily, my entry was free, so it was just – it's not been a good season for that, but I am on Seattle to start off my my contest card.
Yeah. But by the way, for the record, for my contest picks, we've only gone over one. The Dirty Birds are my only one that we've gone over so far.
Cool.
Back to the chat, Tim.
Sure. Fade the injury report definitely work in NBA. Yes, and I'm waiting for NBA. I will say I will probably be on the over in the Nuggets game, and I will be on Golden State. Sorry, under Nuggets game in Golden State.
You sure you didn't want the Lakers?
No. I don't have the heart to do that. To bet the Lakers against the Nuggets, yeah, no, thank you. I'll bet the Lakers. I will bet the Lakers. I'm not doing an opening day. There you go. Yeah, I do what I want. All hail Timmy. Damn right, Joe. I made good money tailing some. There you go. Seahawks. I like it. Of Nick's NBA plays.
Yeah, I can't stand betting the NBA. I'm sorry. I can't.
Gonna do it again this year. Nick, I'm doing hockey this year. You can do NBA.
I still cap the NBA. I'm just tired of betting stuff in the morning for 10 minutes before the game. One of the big players says, ow, my pinky toe hurts, and I'm out.
I think they put in a new thing that they actually have to play.
Yeah, that you can't healthy scratch 2 all-star players or whatever like that. One of the first games they want to have load management for Kawhi Leonard. He's going to go out there, foul 10 seconds in, sit on the bench, and not come back in.
It's not a bad option. But the key is you got to know when they're going to do that and take all of their props under. Like, I remember one time, I think it was the game that Klay Thompson came back. Draymond Green came in, but he had like a calf injury or something. He came in just so he could start the game with Klay Thompson, fouled somebody 10 seconds or 5 seconds in, and went to the bench. Yep. I saw somebody put like $1,000 on parlayed his under rebounds, under points, under assists, and made a crap ton of money that night. So you got to be aware of stuff like that. So maybe that's something you got to pick up on. But yeah, it just cleared Bengals. It's Bengals. After this game, everyone's going to say the Bengals are back. I don't think the Bengals are back, but if you think so, good luck to you. Love Burrow over passing attempts. Well played. Yeah, if they're going to be down, yeah, I kind of like it. Joe's already on some more of the live betting stuff. He's on the Titans. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That one lost. Okay. Hey, it's plus 650. At least you're trying. Logan Thompson over 36.5. Is that the tight end you mentioned earlier? Yes.
Yes.
Over 31. And I'm gonna bet that with you. Betting Golden State when they're down to go golden ticket. I think they beat the Suns opening day. Jags under. I could see that. We'll talk about the game next. Majority of the games they win, they're down by 10. Hey, Warriors third quarter. I got an actual stat for that, but I got you. This game is I don't know. I think I wanted to stay away from this game at this point.
This one's tricky. Let's get into it here. The Niners are up to a 9.5, total of 36 in this game. Let's take a look at this spot here. Let me get up the line history. If it wants to load, there we go. If you wanted to bet this last week, on the 3rd, you could have gotten San Fran -3. It opened up on the 8th.
I think it opened at a 1. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, this line opened on the 8th at San Fran -3. It immediately jumped to 5.5. It went actually down to 4.5 for a minute. Then went up to a 5, a 5.5, a 6, a 6.5, 7. 7.5, 8, 8.5, up to 10. There's been some buyback. It's back down to a 9.5. If you wanted the total, last week it was a 42. It opened up on the 9th at 42. Since then, it has plummeted. It went from 42 down to a 41.5, all the way down to 39.5. Now we're seeing 36s. And I want to see if this is just a weather thing or if this is the injuries. Because if it's only 13-mile-an-hour winds and it's supposed to be a little bit rainy, it's going to be XFL legend PJ Walker, your quarterback today for the Cleveland Browns. And when I looked at this spot here, I wanted to find a way on the Browns. I did. At this big number, I wanted to take a shot at the Browns. I just don't know if I can. I'm not as much as I would love to be like, yeah, let's grab double digits with the Browns. I just can't. Especially when the Niners are just putting up points right now. And I don't know how many points we expect the Browns to put up. The Niners have put up 42, 35, 30, 30, and 30 the first 5 weeks. And they would have gone over this number of 36 in all 5 weeks. The Browns are 1-3 to the under this year. And that's because their games, three of the 4 of their games, somebody ended with 3. They won 24-3 against Cincy. They won 27-3 against Tennessee. They lost 28-3 against Baltimore. And when I'm looking at this game, take a look here. We have 47% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the under. The line's absolutely plummeted. Makes sense. 81% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Niners spread. It would be Browns or nothing at this price for me. I'm interested in the over in this game. I'm interested in over 36. Even if it's bad weather, the Niners will run the crap out of the ball and still score 30 points. I'm asking for a touchdown today from the Cleveland Browns. A touchdown. One singular touchdown. Give me the over 36 in this game between the Niners and the Browns. I'm going to stay off the side. The hilarious. The Browns team total, this is, I think, the lowest I've seen all season long. 13.5. 13.5 team total with the Cleveland Browns. And I still don't know if they get over that. I think it's going to have to be the Niners doing the heavy carrying in this one. Tim, what's your thoughts here? Niners and Browns. Do you think the over has some merit here that I liked here?
I kind of was looking that way. 36? I can see some 35.5 in some books. Like, come on. You got to keep in mind, this is still a Niners team that is going to run up the score. I will say, you look at the Niners next week, they get Monday Night Football against the Vikings. Oh boy, another blowout. But this Niners team, they're going to score. It's whether or not we're going to get enough from Cleveland. And you know what? This game could be a shutout. I still think it has a chance of going over. I would lean towards the Niners at this point. I know the line has jumped like crazy, so I'm not betting it. But, God. And it's just the point that you got Cleveland on a backup quarterback. That's all it is. That's all it's ever going to be. So I'm going to be off this game, but I do lean towards the over in this one.
Yeah, and actually, the more and more I look at it, even though my numbers suggest there's value on the lines with the value on the line with the Browns, I'm actually going to take a team total in this game because if I'm saying that I just need a touchdown from the Browns, that means the Niners give me 30 points, right? Their team total is only at 23.5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to grab the Niners team total over 23.5 here at minus 130 in this game. LJ, what's your thoughts here, Niners and Browns?
I was going to take that team total, Tim, but they're averaging 30, and that number has always been at 30.5 or 29.5.
It's only because the total is at 36.
I get it.
Like, what did you say the weather was in this game?
13-mile-an-hour wind. And I get it. People can look at and say that the Browns have an elite defense.
Mm-hmm.
This is who the Browns have played. Oh, a beat up Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, where most of their offense came from their defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave up 28 to the Ravens, the first halfway legitimate offense they faced this year.
Yeah, I
This
get you.
Niners defense is going to tear. This Niners offense is going to tear them apart.
I don't know, Nick. I'm telling you, bro, because their pass defense, Browns pass defense is great, man. And if you make
gonna
him
run the ball.
Purdy, you're going to make Purdy beat you today. I think they could shut that run game down and make him beat you. Now, I'm not saying he can't, but Purdy's only trailed since he's been the starter of the quarterback 3 minutes or less. So if Cleveland can make him come from behind, I know, granted, they got a backup quarterback. I understand all that. But can the defense make plays and get a short field for Cleveland to put them in good situations? Now, that could possibly happen. Now, I didn't take a side either because I like both of these defenses. 49ers, number 1 in turnover differential. Both teams are top 5 in rushing yards. And like I mentioned, Cleveland's pass defense, number 1 in pass attempts allowed and pass completions allowed. So it all depends on if Purdy is going to make plays today on that defense, because I see the Browns possibly holding the 49ers under 30 points. I can see it. Not saying I'm betting it, but I can see it. But far as a side, I stayed off because I believe it's going to be a defensive game.
See, here's the beautiful thing is I don't need 30 points from the Niners. I just need 24.
I get you. I understand what you're saying. But I think the Browns defense is going to step up, man. That's just me.
Fair enough. Back to the chat, Tim. I don't remember where you left off.
10. It says 19 chats.
Yeah, chat's popping this morning.
That's because LJ is on the show.
Of course it is.
Everyone is going to bet the 492ers. Maybe. I was looking towards the Niners, not the 492ers, but whatever you want to bet. Thanks, LJ. 36, yeah, over. Yeah, I've got the Niners -3 in 2 parlays that survived yesterday. There you go. Browns in the under, too low. Books not handing out free money. It is a weird line. Fernando likes the Niners. 49ers have went over in every game this year. We're getting 36. Yeah, I'm really tempted on the over. I really am. Damn. Yeah, 36. Yeah, I know. LJ, that tight end prop just closed on MGM for me. Got her in 2 tickets. There you go. Open back up at 36.5. That tight end prop. Crazy seeing that money making moves. Yeah, I know. LJ's bet is making that line move. It's way too low. There you go. San Fran money line with CMC and Debo. Honestly, if you're taking San Fran, and I mean it's probably no value in it. It's probably nothing really much more. But CMC to get a touchdown has happened in every single one. So
it's -201.
And Debo, why not? Phew, never mind. That's asking for you to take the team total. There you go. His recalls total no longer plus money. It's minus. His reception total is -155 now. Jeez. If I was 27, I would have took it. If it was 27, I would have took it. Gotcha. Defenses are for real. They could be for real. That's definitely true. Morning, everyone. Morning, Alfonso. We'll go to this game, which has your Texans in it, but I will say I have nothing involved in this one.
This is an ugly game, but let's get into it here. I believe we have this game and 2 more 1:00 games left, and I'm still only giving out one of my contest plays, and this is not one of those games. We have the Houston Texans hosting the New Orleans Saints in this one here. With this line last week was a pick. It was a pick 'em. And it reopened up at a -2.5 for New Orleans. It's down to a 1.5. So it's moved a point towards Houston in this game here. The pre-week number for this one was a 40.5. It reopened up at a 41. It's up to a 42.5. So a line moved towards the over in this game, which is kind of interesting. And the spot, we have 71% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the under in this game, 34% of the tickets, and 48% of the cash is on the Texans. That's the money line, 47% of the tickets, 83% of the cash on the spread with the Saints. I know one thing that I made a mistake with this last week, and I will not do it again. I will not bet an over in a Saints game. I'm not betting an over in a Saints game. They put up 34 points last week, and the game still stayed under. Are you kidding me? Stupid. But they've gone under not only all 5 games so far this season, but I believe they've gone under in like 12 games in a row or something like
11,
that. It's
11 straight.
11. Crazy how many unders this New Orleans Saints team has had in a row. I don't know if I'm going to be betting the under in this game. I'm definitely not betting the over in this game, though. So for me, it's just a lean towards the under. My numbers have this game, I believe, at a 1.5, 1.5. About 1.2. So yeah, about 1.5. I think this line's about correct. For a 16-mile-an-hour wind for this one. So another windy game here a little bit. So it'd be under or nothing for me, but no play here. LJ, it's your Texans versus a team you liked very much heading into this year, your Saints as well. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I am on the under. I took it when it first came out, under 42.5, simply because both defenses have been playing well, especially on third down. Texans defense allows only 15 first downs at home. The Saints defense only allows 16 first downs overall. First half, they only allow 5 points in the first half. The Texans only allow 8 points in the first half. Texans defense has given up 0 passing touchdowns. Now, interesting enough, we know that CJ Stroud has not thrown an interception in 5 games this year. Do I believe that he could go 6 games without throwing an interception versus a Saints defense that's averaging an interception a game? Now, granted, I went back and looked at these quarterbacks that the Saints face. They're pretty much interception prone. Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, Mac Jones. I'm missing another guy too. But all these quarterbacks there you go. All of them are interception prone. CJ Stroud hasn't thrown an interception. Now, he may not have shown you that yet, but I believe this Saints defense is going to be probably the best defense he's probably played. And they bring a lot of pressure on their front four. So I am going to take a shot at CJ Stroud interception minus 106. I just believe this is going to change today. I believe he will be pressured and throw an interception. Now, I'm on another prop as well. Alvin Kamara anytime touchdown minus 126. And simply because of the Texans defense allows the most rushing touchdowns in the NFL. 72% to a rushing touchdown percentage, ranked 30th in the NFL. So if the Saints can get down in that red zone and we can keep them from, keep them down there, I believe the Saints can score a touchdown with Alvin Kamara because he's a threat out the backfield, running and passing. So if he catches it, boom, it catches again as well. So those are my 2 props. Alvin Kamara, minus 126. CJ Stroud, interception, minus 106. And the full game, under 42.5. Simply because you just said the Saints, 11 straight games to the under.
There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to see what this prop would be. I want to see. With a total this low, I'm kind of surprised that this is the prop. This is the number for the prop. For the first touchdown scorer in this game, no touchdown in this game. 100-1. With the 42.5, like, would it surprise you if we came back tomorrow and the Saints win 12-9? Like, I wouldn't to me. And I kind of want to move on this under, Tim. What's your thoughts on this game? I'm kind of leaning under in this one as well.
Yeah, it would be under or nothing. This is another one of those games that I really have like no interest in. These two teams, Texans have looked a lot better than I expected them to this year so far. So bright future for them. The Saints, I haven't really been much interested in them either. They haven't proven to me yet. They have not looked great this year. And I feel like Derek Carr doesn't really work in that system. Even though, yes, they are 3-2. Their wins are against Tennessee, which I am not high on by any stretch of the imagination. Carolina, who's still yet to win a game, and New England, who is 1-4. These are just two teams I'm not really too high on. I crossed this game out. I moved on. So this one's a pass for me.
Fair. I end
All
up
right, like field
moving
goal
here
Tennessee, 18-6 now in that Tottenham game.
There you go.
I cashed
I
my
end up.
field goal parlay prop. I
Hell
took,
yeah, there you go.
Field goal,
Field
Field
all
goal
right.
props
Let's
I
go.
think for this game would be a good look. I think the field goal props would be a good look in this game. I just
Yep.
moved on it as well. Under 42.5 at -113 for me in this one. Back to the chat, Tim, and we will keep on moving on.
Do you think? Do you know? Do you want to know what field goal attempt was 25 seconds ago, Titans? You'll probably tell us anyway. It's Houston. I'm not going to talk you off of either side. Patriots team total over 19.5. Commanders team total over a half in the first quarter, and the Vikings team total over.
Interception.
I like the Vikings team over.
Wait, Commanders team total over a half first quarter? That just got to get a field goal, right?
Yep.
Oh man, that's easy.
Well, again, yeah. It's better.
For real.
I like Houston here. Cool. You guys aren't no, we're not betting,
No.
dude. Joe, no, we're not betting that stuff. We're doing a show right now. I don't have time to watch the game and bet it all at the same time. Derek Carr is a favorite. Red flag.
I mean, I'm rooting for the Texans to win, full disclosure, but I didn't bet it.
Under 42.5 parlay with Texans team total under 20.5 boosted about 190.
Like that. I like that.
There you go. Sweat this under in the Ravens game. I'm still hoping to see one. I'm still hoping to see one thing. I want to see my boy Keaton Mitchell in the end zone. That's all. Multiple plus 2,000 bets are cashing in this game. Dude, you keep hitting them. Have fun. I don't have the patience for that crap. Let's go Ravens to get a field goal in this drive. Have fun. I got Ravens -6.5, -3.5 money line, and Titans team total under. So you're chilling. You're in a good spot then. Good work. So what you're saying is Saints -2. No. Saints defense going to lock them up. Bet result of drive. You have fun. No, Tim. No, I'm sorry. What? Oh, no, because I want to see Keaton. I want to see Keaton Mitchell. That's fine. Let's keep rolling because this is a game that I have interest in.
This is a game I have absolutely no interest in.
Cool.
We have the Indianapolis Colts. They're traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars here in this spot. The pre-week line was 5.5 for this game. On Sunday, it reopened up at a 4, and now it's still a 4. It did hit up 5 and 4.5 at some point in the week. It did go down to a 3.5 at one point during the week. This total opened up at a 45.5 last week, and it reopened up at a 46. This week, it's down to a 43.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game between the Colts and the Jaguars. Find the game. There we go. We have 58% of the tickets and 86% of the cash is on Indianapolis in this game. We have 41% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the under. The line has moved towards the under. I don't hate the under in this game. I could see this being a little bit of a slow start for the Jaguars. Now, the Colts have been an over team as of late, though. They've gone 3-2 to the over so far this season. They actually have gone under in 2 of their last 3 games. They won 3 of their last 4. And they played this Jacksonville team week 1. They lost 31-21 on a game that they could have backdoor covered because they had the ball on basically, I believe, on the 1 or 2 line. And decided to throw the ball a couple of times and couldn't punch in the touchdown. Totally not salty. I did not cash the plus 4.5, 5.5, or whatever it was in that game. Jacksonville is returning back from London, where they won both games. They won 23-7 against the Falcons, 25-20 against the Buffalo Bills, and now they are coming back home to Jacksonville for this matchup here. And for me, I have this game. What did I have this game at? My number for this game was about a 4.5. I see a little bit of value here with these Jags. Am I betting this game? No. It's a pass for me. I would lean under, if anything, but maybe a small shot with the Jags, but no play here. LJ. Sorry, I forgot. I have to pass it to people here. LJ.
Yeah, you're the one running it. Come on, Nick. What are you doing?
I don't have a play in this game. Both these teams are familiar with each other for the most part. This is a divisional game. And I'm going to be mad if you lean towards the under because Jacksonville has 9 straight unders since 2020 when they ran for at least 155 yards the last game.
Touchdown Titans.
So if Jacksonville continues to run the ball, make the game slow, because the Colts run the ball too, and I don't think they're going to put Minshew in a situation where he could turn the ball over. So I think they will probably run the ball for the most part as well, control the game. So I can see it under for sure. I didn't bet it. But Jacksonville does turn the ball over too. Get turnovers. 11 takeaways. That's second in NFL. And you got Minshew, backup quarterback. He can make some mistakes. So it's a lot of probability in this game, man. So I just stayed off the side. But I did take a prop in this game. This prop has cashed 4 out of the 5 games so far that Trevor Lawrence rushed for over 16.5 rushing yards, minus 126. He's averaging 26 rushing yards. So if they continue to keep this prop at this number, 16 under 20, I'm going to keep cashing it because I believe he may get pressure, scramble out the pocket. He likes to run for first downs, and extend drives. So I can see him doing that 2 or 3 times throughout the game and getting 16.5 rush yards. So that's the prop I'm on. Before as a side, I stayed off.
Fair. Tim, your thoughts here, Jaguars and Colts?
Here's my second contest pick of the week. Give me the Colts. And it's me fading Jacksonville coming back from not 1 but 2 weeks in London. In London. I think it's just gonna be a rough spot for him. That's all it is. Coming back with the time change and everything. It's hard for me to want to really go after anything else in this game. It's a divisional game, a little bit of a dog. Indianapolis always seems to give Jacksonville a tough time. And when it comes to it, that's where I kind of started in this game, and that's where I'm rolling. I believe the winner of this game is first place in the division. Winner of this game is going to be first place in the division, so we can see a first place Colts team. That's interesting. But I do like the Indianapolis Colts in this one. I took them plus 4. I believe it's 4 in the contest. Yeah, it's 4 in the contest. I see some 3.5s now, so I do like Indianapolis in this game.
Yeah, you said the Colts always give Jacksonville a tough time.
No,
it's
the opposite way around. I messed up that one. It's fine.
I was gonna say it's 2-8 ATS.
Just keep moving on. Just keep moving on. I realize what it is. Just keep moving on.
The home team is 9-1 in the last 10 games in this meeting.
Nick, we stop. I messed up. Let's keep moving on. Thank you very much.
No, we will point out every mistake you make because that's why. Back to the chat.
Nick, just for that, I'm gonna make you read the chat next time.
Fair enough. Where do you leave off then? Right here. Fernando on the Jaguars.
Yes.
Field goal. Moore just did a Tua dance in the Ravens game. Helmet to helmet. Oof. Yeah, and the Titans scored a touchdown, and now that live total is 46.5, and I don't like this under anymore. Touchdown. Yeah, he likes the Colts. Markel passing on this one. Here, I believe this is the last of the 1:00 games, and this will be my next contest pick, and this was the 5th play on my contest picks because I don't like this one, and I haven't even bet it yet. I have to bet it now. And let's get into it. We have the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers in this game. The Dolphins minus 14 with a total of 47 in this game. This line pre last week was 11.5. It reopened up at a 14, and it actually dipped down to a 13.5 at one point, and it's now back to a 14. This total last week before the games was 46.5. It reopened up at a 48. It's down to a 47. So there's been a move towards the under, and it's been a move towards no move since the reopening on Sunday on the line here. We have 82% of the tickets and only 55% of the cash is on the Miami Dolphins in this game. We have 40% of the tickets and 75% of the cash is on the under in this game. The line's moved towards the under. The line has moved. The line has not moved on the side. My number for this one here was where was it? Where is this game? Is a 12. So I see value with the 14 in this game. I am going to be on the 14 with Carolina, and just because they're offering it to me, putting a small bet on the money line as well. And I think this is a dangerous game for the Miami Dolphins. They lost their top running back last week. And if you look at what they got next week, they get a primetime game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this is one of those games where they're going to just try to survive, stay healthy, and get out of this game with a win. So I'm on the plus 14 with the Panthers. I think this is too many points. I get it. The Panthers have not been good this year, to say the least. I believe they are a solid 0-5 straight up and 0-4-1 ATS. Here's the thing, though. They're not going to lose every game. They're not going to not cover every game. I think this is a spot where this market's completely crashed on the Panthers, and I'll grab the 2 touchdowns with them here in this spot. Tim, your thoughts here, Carolina and Miami.
You know, I'm a situational handicapper, and you see Miami get the Niners next week, and that's a big
Eagles.
Eagles. I knew it was one of the big NFC teams. I forgot which one. And they get a big game, and that's what, the Sunday night game next week?
Yep.
So a big game on primetime next week. They get up against the Panthers, who haven't even covered a game this year. This Panthers team is bad. We all know that, but I would lean Panthers. It's not enough for me to want to go after it, though. I feel there's no reason for me to go after this game. It's a widespread game for a reason. And this game could either be like, and I'm going to use college football from yesterday, Nick. It could either be like the Alabama-Arkansas game, where you see Alabama get a big game against Tennessee next week, and that game ended up being really close. Or it could be like the Penn State game, where I said, Penn State's not going to cover the 41.5 because they go up against Ohio State, and it's a big game, whatever, and they end up winning 63-0. So this game could be either one of those two, and this game is not going to be determined from that 13-16 area. It's going to be a 3-point game, or it's going to be a 40-point game, and there's not going to be anything in between. And when I see that, that makes me go, nothing. Goodbye.
Fair. LJ, is 14 points enough for you to look towards the Panthers?
No, I don't. I'm not going to take it. Just because the unpredictability of a road rookie quarterback starting again, ranked 31st in yards per pass, I can't trust that. And we already know, you just mentioned Miami's juggernaut offensive-wise as far as rushing and passing. They are missing their running back, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference versus this team, because he still has the explosiveness from the receiver position. So Tyreek and Waddle can still be effective. Both these teams have given up turnovers this last 2 games, though. Carolina, 4 turnovers in 2 games. Miami, 5 turnovers in their last 2 games. Tua's thrown some picks. I think he's averaging 2 picks in the last 2 games. So Bryce Young throws picks. Tua has 2 picks in his last 2 games. Hey, maybe a look. Bryce Young interception, Tua interception. You can either take it by themselves or parlay it. Because Bryce Young's, I think last time I looked at, was minus 162. So that's juice saying that he's probably going to get one. But Tua is minus 109. That's not a bad look. You know, he's going to have to throw the ball a lot today, I believe, because Carolina has a decent rush defense to where they can make Tua beat them from the pocket for the most part. So if he has those attempts in passing a lot in this game, he could maybe be thrown to throw an interception, because he threw a couple last week versus the Giants. So, hey, that could easily possibly happen. Before it's taken aside, I just stayed off, man. I'm not a fan of taking big spreads like this, even though I don't wouldn't be shocked if Miami blow them out, just like Nick said. But it could be a 3-point game, and they could walk it off with a field goal. Who knows, man? So I just stayed off the side and just, let's see if Miami continue their arsenal of putting up points on these bum-ass teams.
There you go. And for those wondering at home, both quarterbacks are throwing interceptions today, plus 214.
That's a good look. I like that look.
All right. We'll head back to the chat here where it's just Markel saying, I'm on that first half Dolphins. Yeah, I will say that. If you like the Dolphins, first half only, not full game, because I can see a backdoor cover. The smart money is fading the Detroit Lenny Lions, and we will get in. That is not this game, but the next game, and we will get into that. First, we get this beauty of a matchup. The Las Vegas Raiders, 2.5-point favorites against the New England Patriots in this one here. Total 41.5. All right. Let's get into the line history in this spot here. Let's see how much this line has crashed. This game, last week, was a pick'em. Before the Patriots got blown out against the Saints and the Raiders beat the Packers on national television on Monday Night Football, this was a pick'em. It did get up to a 3.5 at one point this week. It's a 3, it's down to a 2.5 at even money if you want the Patriots here in this spot. This game was a 42.5. It reopened up on Tuesday morning at a 41. It's up to a 41.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between the Raiders and the Patriots. 66% of the tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Patriots in this game. That is stunning. Them coming off of that bad of a blowout loss and the Raiders coming off a primetime win, and that's actually stunning to me. 86% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the under, and this line's moved slightly towards the over. I could see New England having a better game in this one, especially after getting shut out last week. I am not in the business of laying points with the Raiders. That's just not something I'm particularly interested in doing. When you take a look, when I looked at what this line should be, I had this game more like a 1.5, 2. So I see a little bit of value with New England here. And when you look at the strength of schedule that New England has had to play this year, yes, they are not a good team this season so far. They have played the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Jets, the Cowboys, and the Saints. I think that the Raiders are a step down compared to all of those teams. And I think this is the easiest opponent that they have had this season. I think this is a great get-right spot here for the New England Patriots. And the more and more I look at it, the more and more I just want to take the Patriot money line in this game, or maybe a team total over. It's disgusting. I know a lot of people want nothing to do with these Patriots anymore, but they've had the number one strength of schedule so far this season. That's why they're playing as bad as they have. When you look at the teams they've played, they're battle tested now. They've played the who's who of the top of the NFL. And I think this is a spot where they get a team that this is a winnable game for them. I like New England in this spot. I think I want to move on New England. I just got to decide whether or not it's going to be the team total over 19.5, or if it's going to be the plus 130 money line, or if it's going to be both for me in this spot. I know, Tim, you're on the opposite side. What's your thoughts on this game?
I think the Patriots suck. I don't care who they faced. This is a team that, their only win was against the Jets. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not high on this Patriots team, and I think at the end of week 8, we could say, oh wow, this Patriots team is 1-7 because they get Bills and they get Miami the next 2 weeks, or Miami, but whatever it is, they get those two teams the next 2 weeks. I think they got a bye week next week, but this is not a good team. And I will go ahead and pull out a trend or a stat that LJ is going to look up and end up writing down himself. There's a quarterback in this game that is 0-12 his last 12 games as a dog against the spread, and that is Mac Jones. He does not do well as a dog. The Raiders are another one of my contest picks this week. I'm riding with the Raiders. I will lay the points. That is fine. Give me Vegas.
LJ, your thoughts on this one?
So you're saying Mac Jones has never covered the spread?
I'm saying his last 12 games, he has yet to cover the spread. Last 12 as a dog, he has not covered the spread.
Okay, as a dog.
As a dog.
Got it.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't have a lot to say in this game. This game is garbage. New England is ranked 32 in points. The Raiders are ranked 29th in points. Both these quarterbacks are averaging 2 interceptions a game. Both of these teams are 10-plus turnovers averaging. And both of these teams are giving up 25 points a game. Enough said. We can move on.
Cool.
I'm going to move on this one here. Sorry, Tim. I disagree with you. I'm taking the New England Patriots money line plus 130. And I'm taking their team total over 19.5. And this is just a strength of schedule play. This line is, I think, too wide at plus 130. I think this should have been more like plus 110, plus 115. So I see some value on that line there. So it's ugly. It's an ugly, ugly dog. I mean, who wants the Patriots after an absolute blowout loss? But yeah, I'll take the Patriots here in this spot. Back to the chat, Tim. I'm going to track these plays real quick.
I hope you win. Let's about to roll up some alien apple flour. Have fun. That's almost English. Lilac diesel. Oh, it's wheat. Okay, never mind. I have to try that. Lean Raiders. Yes, Raiders. LOL. Can't bet the Raiders versus Pats 150 seems like a Vegas line. I do think Vegas wins this game. So maybe some kind of punt prop. Maybe a punt prop in that game. I don't hate that option. But no, I like the Raiders.
See, by the way, game that I really like. You caught that Mac Jones trend. Do we think Mac Jones plays much in this game anyway, or do we think it's more Bailey Zappi and Malik Cunningham?
If he throws a pick, he's done. So we're expecting him to throw a pick.
Very, very short leash.
Very, very short leash. I would not be surprised if we head into halftime and we're seeing Malik Cunningham for the second half. Like,
yeah, I can easily.
Which I don't hate. I don't hate.
If you're seeing that, then the Patriots are probably too far gone anyway.
I disagree, but we'll see. The Ravens currently driving down the field. This under is so cooked. The Detroit Lions are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Lions are 3-point road favorites, total of 42.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Heading into last week's games. If this wants to load at all, the line history in this game, please. Want to load sometime today? There we go. Last week, this was the look-ahead line was a 3. It reopened up at a 3, and it is still a 3. It hit 3.5 a couple times.
I was about to say, I got 3.5.
I was going to say, I got 3 and a hook as well. The look-ahead line was a 45 for the total. It reopened up at 45. It's down to a 43.5. Move towards the under, and no move on the side. We have 66% of the tickets, 59% of the cash is on the Lions. We have 42% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the under in this game. The under does have a little bit of merit. We've seen Detroit defensively get better as of late. My line for this game shows that they are disrespecting these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have this game at a pick. I took the 3 and hook. I took the money line with the Buccaneers. And this is a Buccaneers team that they're off of a bye as well. So this is a team that had extra time to prepare. And I believe stylistically, the Buccaneers line up very similarly to the Seattle Seahawks. And we saw what the Seahawks did to this Detroit Lions team. They went in and offensively, they took anything they wanted. This is a contest pick for me. I got Buccaneers 3.5 as a contest pick. That is my third contest pick I've given out. So it's the Falcons, it's the Panthers, and it's the Buccaneers. I have almost the entire NFC South as my contest picks today. But I'm on the Bucs here, 3 and a hook and money line in this spot. LJ, your thoughts here? Buccaneers, Lions.
I am on the other side, gentlemen. I am on Detroit minus the 3, simply because of how great of against the spread team that they are. History shows that they are 10-0 against the spread since 2018 without won by more than one score last game. They're 13-0 against the spread since 2021 when they scored 25 to 44 points the last game. And they're 8-0 against the spread since 2020 when they ran for 150 yards the last game. Now, as far as Tampa Bay, the reason why I'm taking Detroit on the spread because Tampa Bay can't run the ball. They are only averaging 87 yards on the ground, only averaging 3.5 yards per rush. So, am I expecting Baker Mayfield to be the sole catalyst of this offense today versus a Detroit team that's been playing very well, 12 out of 3 in their last 15 games? I don't think so, man. I believe Detroit handles them very well today. I could see Baker Mayfield throwing an interception, causing a turnover somewhere around there. I just believe a lot of pressure is going to be on him today for the simple fact that they cannot run the ball. And Detroit is ranked top 5 in both all offensive categories for the most part. And I just believe they're on a mission to try to be a contender in this division, not alone in the whole NFC, because I could easily see Detroit being a top 3 team in the NFC, maybe even hosting a home playoff game once the playoffs start. So other than that, man, I'm on Detroit minus the 3. And I'm also on David Montgomery's anytime touchdown, minus 143. I know it's juice, but hey, sometimes the juice is worth the sprees, especially he's hit it 6 out of 4 games. He's had 6 touchdowns in 4 games. So I believe he gets a touchdown. I believe Detroit runs the ball, controls the time of possession, line of scrimmage, make Tampa Bay play from behind, and make Baker Mayfield make mistakes. And I believe Detroit will win the game by more than 3 points.
Tim, your thoughts here? Buccaneers and Lions.
Yeah, I have a Tampa Bay to win the division ticket. I'm high on this team. I like Baker Mayfield. I mean, I know it's a Browns jersey. I got my Baker Mayfield jersey on. I think he has a good game. And when you look at this one, Detroit's a tough team to play against. But when you have a bye week beforehand, you got a lot more time to prepare. If Tampa didn't have a bye week last week, I probably would have ended up staying away from this game. But the fact that they had a little bit more time to prepare for this game, I really do like the Buccaneers. They are my 4th contest pick that we've talked about. We're not going to talk about my other one today because it is the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm on the Bucs in this one. I took their money line. I think they win this one outright. I do think the Lions win the division at this point now. They're 4-1 compared to everybody else. I think the second place is the Packers at 2-3. I don't think the Packers catch them. There's no way the Lions blow that lead. Lanny. Okay. I'm on the Buccaneers though in this game. I took their money line. But this one should be a really good game. Should be. I'm not going to watch a minute of it, but it should be a good game.
Yeah. Back to the chat, and then we'll continue on.
Aces money line. I'm on the Aces. Yeah, I bet them. I bet them today. Yes, sir. I'm on the under. I could see the under. Leading Lions also. There you go. I want to challenge that cat from Houston. You want to challenge LJ?
Challenge me on what?
It's Baker challenge? And the Bucks for the Iceman. Let's go, Jesse. Jesse's he works at Picks and Parleys with us. So
that's what he wants to challenge me. This game. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. By the way, what was the parlay that he put out, Nick, for college yesterday? I know it had Notre Dame in it. It had Miami in it, and we said it goes 2-3. And he
had Mizzou.
He had Mizzou. Okay. Yeah.
Or Kansas. I think it may have been Kansas.
He had Kansas. Okay.
I don't remember. Well, Justin, let us know. Yeah. Miami sucked. Tar.
Heels. I'm sorry. Tannehill out for game.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, Baltimore heard him.
4th and 2. 4th and 2 at the goal. 4th and goal. At the 2 for Baltimore. Come on, Keaton.
They're kicking it.
I'm not going to watch a minute of it, but good game. Yeah. Wasn't a parlay. It was Miami, Notre Dame, and Oregon.
Oh, Oregon's head coach deserves to be fired after what he did yesterday there. Why are you going for it on 4th and 2 from like
God,
midfield and giving Penix that
God,
short
that
of
was
field?
gross. Holy crap.
That was awful. That lost the under for me, but that's beyond the point.
God, that was gross.
We'll get into another contest pick.
Well, how did this game, Nick? Another one that you like?
Yeah, I like this game a lot. We have the LA Rams and the Arizona Cardinals in this game. Last week, this line was a 4.5. It reopened at a 6, and it's gone up to a 7. I personally got in at 6.5 in this game. This line, the look ahead was a 45.5, reopened up at a 46.5. It's up to a 48. Now, there's injuries in the secondary for the Arizona Cardinals, and I believe that is why the lines move that way. We have 78% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on this over. We have 49% of the tickets and 51% of the cash is on the Rams, and the lines move towards them here in this spot. So kind of 50-50 ticket split here, probably especially when it hit the 7 in this spot. My line for this game was LA minus 9.5. I've been high on the Rams all year long. I think the only time I did not have them as a contest pick was the game against the Bengals. Other than that, I've had them every other week, and I believe they are a solid 4-1-1 or 3-1-1 ATS. They've been a really good ATS team for me. A 3-1-1. They didn't cover, or they did not cover last week for the first time. 23-14. They scored all 14 points in the first half, and they got nothing in the second half. There, they've also gone over in 4 straight games. The Cardinals. That's one thing I've noticed here. And I think this game is an over game. I think we see offense in this game. And I like this Rams team total. I think we saw them play pretty well in the first half, but kind of fell off in the second half. This is a much easier matchup defensively for the Rams. So I am going to move on these overs. I feel like I've been playing way too many overs this season in the NFL, but my numbers are grading out for some overs today. I'm going to grab the Rams team total over 27.5 at minus 115, full game over 48 at minus 109. I also have the Rams minus 6.5 as a contest pick. I got them, or minus 7 as a contest pick. I bet them 7 earlier in the week. LJ, your thoughts here, Rams and Cardinals.
Yeah, I got a lot of looks in this game. I broke this game down, like a science for the most part. Divisional game, we do know this, and the Rams are coming off a loss versus the Eagles last week. So I believe that they're in an excellent position to bounce back. Firstly, a division foe that is not so subpar quarterback, that's lost their main running back, and that's shaky in the secondary. So all those things correlate to a Rams victory for me. So I am on the minus 7 as well. And I'm on Matthew Stafford, over 25.5 pass completions, minus 106. Simply because the Arizona's defense is dead last at opponents' completion percentage, giving up 72%. And that has because of the Cardinals secondary. They're injured. They can't stop the pass. They try to focus on the run is what they try to do. So they're allowing these quarterbacks to eat them up in the secondary. I mean, they've allowed 7 different receivers to catch a pass in every game this year. And they've allowed 27 completions to the opposing quarterback the last 4 games. So if I believe Matthew Stafford is going to have a great game this game, which I believe he will, he's going to have over 25.5 pass completions. And he may get the yards. It's at 277, but I looked earlier during the week and it was 280. So it dropped 4 yards. So that kind of gives me shaky conspiracy theories to think he's not going to hit those passing yards because he may not need enough to get this win. He may not even play in the fourth quarter for the most part. But I believe he will get the completions, considering he got Cooper Kupp back. He has Nakua, who's leading the league in receiving yards, I believe. And he also has Tyler Higbee, who also has great games versus the Arizona Cardinals, which is my other prop I'm going to take. Tyler Higbee, over 33.5 receiving yards, minus 110, because he's averaging 51 yards 4 out of 5 games this year. And I did some more digging. The last 8 games versus Arizona, coming back from 2019, he's averaging 59 yards a game. And this is one another position that the Cardinals have trouble defending, the tight end position. Back since last year, I've been tracking it. They cannot hold this position. So if Tyler Higbee has been this consistent versus this team, I have to take a shot on the 33.5 receiving yards. And I'm not surprised that I wouldn't be mad at Cooper Kupp. Anytime touchdown, minus 126. He's come back last week. He's comfortable he's healthy now. So I believe Matthew Stafford is going to be looking for him as well. So all three of those plays I am on. Rams -7 for the side. Matthew Stafford over 25.5 pass completions, minus 106. Cooper Kupp, anytime touchdown, minus 126. Tyler Higbee, over 33.5 receiving yards, minus 110.
I like it. I like it. Tim, your thoughts here, Rams and Cardinals.
I think the Rams are a solid team. I think they really have a chance to do a lot this year, in terms of just making the playoffs. I know they're 2-3. It's not as much, but come on, we got to fade the Cardinals. They look good in the first couple of weeks. Well, granted, they got to play Washington and the Giants, and then they beat Dallas. But since then, they've gotten blown out. This is what we're going to see mostly from the Cardinals for the rest of the year, is a loss by 19 and a loss by 14. We're going to see a lot of that throughout the entire rest of the regular season. So I'm going to say they're going to continue to do that here. I'm going to grab the Rams minus the 7. I think they continue to. I think the Cardinals continue to struggle. A lot of injuries in the secondary is going to also hamper them a lot. So give me the Rams.
And I think it was a good thing that these Cardinals started off well, for people who want to now turn the page and fade them, because people still remember this team was a pesky team that covered numbers and won outright as a 13-point dog. So I think if they didn't start off the way they were, we'd be looking at a double-digit spread here. So I kind of think there will be value on betting against the Cardinals going forward. I'm not somebody who usually subscribes to fading the worst team in the league theory, but they started off well enough where there's maybe some value at the moment. Maybe week 16, week 17, not as much, but I think right now there is going to be a little bit of value with that.
Joel, drive, field goal, have fun. I don't even know what drive that's for. Cardinals money line, no. And on the under. It's a divisional game, so I could definitely see an under. Nick, I got my 1,000 unit whale play, Mr. Beast, right. Elon Musk, lock of the absolute century.
No, but we do have the Jets Jets hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in this spot here. And Tim, don't we have the joy that our last two games we get to talk about today are the two New York teams? It's just the greatest.
Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, the look-ahead line for this game was a 6. This game reopened up at a 6. It got up to a 7, but there's been some buyback. It's back down to a 6.5. The look-ahead line for this one was 43. It reopened up at 41.5. It's back up to a 43. So we've had a move towards the over and a slight move towards the Eagles. 75% of tickets, 87% of cash is on the Eagles. 61% of tickets, 85% of cash is on the over, and the lines move towards on the under, and the lines move towards the over. And I've been saying all week long, I think this is a sneaky over in this game. I think they've opened up the playbook a little bit for Zach Wilson and this offense. My line for this game was a 4, and I got a touchdown with the Jets. I got in at 7 earlier in the week. Shop around if you can find a 7. Absolutely get the 7. On BetOnline, you can get a 7 at minus 117. I got the Jets here in this spot at the 7. This is a contest pick for me. This is my final contest pick. And I'm also going to be adding the Jets team total over 16.5 and the full game over 43. We have injuries on the defenses on both sides. Sauce is not going to be in this game, and I believe the Eagles are missing a few players in their secondaries. The names slip my mind at the moment, but I know they're missing a few guys in the secondary. And I think this Jets team, they're going to be able to open up the playbook a little bit for Wilson and the offense. And I'm looking at something along the lines of 24-21 in this game. I think that's the type of game we're going to see in this one. The Jets have all of a sudden become a little bit of an over team. They've gone over in 3 of their last 4 games. The only game they didn't was that 15-10 game against the Patriots. And I was also looking at it throughout the week. I don't know if I'm going to move on it now. I may wait and I may bet it if they lose this game. But you can get the Jets season win total at 5.5 right now. I've had them projected for 8 at the moment. So I think there's some nice value there on the Jets over 5.5. I think you'll be able to get a better number if they lose this game today. But I am on the Jets +7. I got them team total over, or I got the a small sprinkle on the money line too. But I got their team total over 16.5, full game over 43. Tim, we'll go to you last to talk about your Jets. LJ, Eagles, and Jets here.
Yeah, I came to a decision on this one late last night. I was crunching the numbers. I think I'm just going to take the first half. I believe it's at 20.5 because I was looking at the Jets' past 5 games. 3 out of those 5 games, the first half has went under. It's only averaging 16.5 points total. So I'm thinking that this game is going to start off slow. I think both defenses feel each other out. You know what I'm saying? See what the other team, the momentum of, see who's going to control the offense, see who's going to dictate the flow of the game. The Eagles are high power, man. 4 straight games with 400 plus total yards. And they ranked the top 5 in pretty much rushing and passing for the most part. A.J. Brown's 3 straight games with over 150 yards receiving. The red zone, they're excellent, 8 of 16. They're even field goal kickers averaging 3 field goals a game. So they're putting up points for the most part. And Jalen Hurts continues to keep winning, man. I think he's won 21 out of his last 24, somewhere around there, games. And the Eagles are 12-0 all-time versus the Jets. Now, is the Jets going to break that streak today? I don't know. I don't think so because the Jets are 0-8 overall coming off a win when they trailed at halftime. So defense allows 146 rushing yards. They allow 32 rush attempts, which is ranked 31st in the NFL. So that brings me to an interesting prop that I haven't taken yet, and I'm going to explain why. Jalen Hurts, over 9.5 carries, they have it at right now. He's had 9+ in all 5 of these games. And I continue to preach. I know y'all heard me say this before. You continue to keep taking a prop that they keep that number at, and that player keeps hitting it, they're going to have to raise that prop. It was at 8.5 for the first 4 or 5 games. Now it's at 9.5. So that's telling me that they're scared that Jalen Hurts is going to get this 10 attempts, because of what the Jets give up for us rush attempts. They're worse than the league, giving up 32 rush attempts a game. So I believe the Eagles will try to control the line of scrimmage, rush on the Jets, wear down their defense, make the offense limited in their possessions and attempts, and Jalen Hurts is probably going to get those 10 carries. I haven't taken it. You know what I'm saying? I'm being hesitant about it because I'm just being fishy on they raised that number for a reason. So that's a look at a prop. As far as the side, I want to take the Eagles full game, but I can't trust a backdoor cover because who's to say they're motivated to even win by 7? They can win by a field goal because, like I said, Josh Elliott is number 1 in field goals. So first half, under 20.5 is my play.
Well, sounds like the dogs are barking behind us.
We hear the dog barking, and I think he's trying to tell us that the Jets win today. I'm on the Jets +6.5. I'm not confident with it. Real quick, LJ, what was that one stat you mentioned? It was like 0-8, something with halftime.
The Jets are 0-8 overall and 0-8 against the spread, coming off a win when they've trailed at halftime. They could have won the game, but they trailed at halftime their last game.
And that's all time?
I have 0-8 against the spread. I looked it up. It says 0-8 coming off a win.
I heard that. I was trying to process it all because you said it quickly. But
they're coming off a win when they've trailed at halftime. They're 0-8 against the spread the next game.
Interesting. Okay. I am still on the Jets. I got them +6.5. You got once again, it was a similar spot to, as Nick mentioned, with the Miami Dolphins. It's Eagles-Dolphins next week on Sunday Night Football, which, by the way, Eagles 2.5-point favorites. I might want to jump on that. Actually, wait on that because if the Jets beat the Eagles, that could be closer down to a pick 'em. Just saying. If you like Miami,
grab beat the Dolphins.
That's not going to happen. If you like Miami next week, grab them now. I will say that because that line will only get worse for Miami in terms of that number, the 2.5. But anyways, I'm on the Jets. I think they cover the 6.5. Win the game, I hope, but I'm not counting on it. I can see a backdoor cover. This has got to be, in order for the Jets to win this game, it's got to be a career game for Zach Wilson. Because with all the injuries, he's going to have to, on the defense, he's going to have to do a lot to keep them in the game. And when it comes to it, he's got to have a career game in order for them to win. But I still like the Jets in this one.
Fair enough. Back to the chat, and then we'll head into the last game.
I got them Birds first half. Good luck. Eagles sounds like a lock to me. Thanks for the NCAA picks yesterday. Parlayed Notre Dame and Duke. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's get it. Eagles beat Jets 10 times in a row. That doesn't really say much. The Jets aren't that good of a team. So
there's no chance the Eagles lose this one then.
These two games give me anxiety. Dude, any Jets game gives me anxiety. Thoughts on the WNBA? I think it's over today. Give me the Aces. I got Jacksonville. Nope. Philly. Nope. Arizona. Nope. And Atlanta. I lean the opposite way. Good luck to you. I hope you sweep the board. Jets is definitely a lock. No, it's not. Stop it. Don't do that. LOL. Trying to throw out the lock name on it. Come on, what are you doing here? Let's go to the other New York team. Nick.
Yeah. And I just want to, before we break down this game, I just want to say, as a New York Giants fan, NFL, get my goddamn team off of primetime. Thank you very much, of all of Giants Nation. All right, let's get into it now. This line is now up to a 15.5. The look-ahead line, Bills 12.5. This look-ahead line was a 48.5. It reopened up at a 46. It's down to a 43.5. I got in at 44.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 58% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over, yet this line's been plummeting. And then we have 34% of the tickets and 67% of the cash is on the Giants. So it looks like there's sharp money coming out of the Giants, but I mean, how many people are truly laying 15 and a half, 16 on a primetime game? Yeah, I don't know. But for me, this is pretty simple. First half full game under. And also keep in mind, this is a Brian Dable revenge game. This is also a Tyrod Taylor revenge game because Daniel Jones will not be playing in this game. He is out with a neck injury. And I think my biggest worry is that Tyrod Taylor looks good. And we realize we wasted $40 million on Daniel Jones. But also keep in mind,
how have
we have no offensive
line.
I mean, if I wonder how many quarterbacks would be okay with the offensive line that the Giants have is also my big question. So for me, I'm just on the first half full game under, primetime unders, and I'm just going to keep begging and pleading the NFL to take the Giants off the primetime games because they still have a couple more primetime games this year. And for the love of God, take them off. Please, 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 please take my Giants off of primetime football. Thank you. LJ, your thoughts on Sunday Night Football here?
Yes, I am all on Buffalo, guys. First of all, first half minus 8.5. Give it to me because the Giants are only averaging 3 points in the first half. Buffalo averaging 17.5 points in the first half. So Josh Allen coming back home off a loss where he's comfortable. Covered first half spread at home, 12 out of his last 14 games going back to 2021. So that's my first bet in this game, gentlemen. Second bet, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, plus 120, because he's had a rushing touchdown 7 out of his last 9 games going back to last year. Second prop that I'm on, that would be the third. Josh Allen, 2+ touchdowns, Buffalo to win, minus 152. Now, I took that because I think it's juice, considering the number, I believe he will get 2 touchdowns and Buffalo to win because he's had 2 touchdowns 3 out of his last 4 games. Now, interesting enough, they've scored 30+ points at home 8 out of their last 10. They have the team total at 30.5. I stayed off of that because they could hit 29. You get what I'm saying? And it'll fall short of that number. But for as that, I'm just going to stay off of it. I was leaning it, but I'm just going to stay off. But I'm going to take Josh Allen 3+ touchdowns, Buffalo to win, plus 134. Because I believe Josh Allen is going to clown today. He's going to take advantage.
Passing touchdowns.
Passing touchdown, yes.
Okay,
3+.
okay.
Yeah,
You
3+
said
passing
touchdowns. I'm like, wow, he's actually rushing 3 touchdowns into that.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, I got you now. You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
3+ touchdowns.
134. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because see how I'm correlating is that 3+ touchdowns, they get you 21. He gets a rushing touchdown, that's 28. I think it still falls below that 30 because I believe that's all he's going to have to do. I don't think that the Giants are going to give them any type of offense to where Buffalo's going to have to keep scoring to keep the Giants off of them. So I believe it's a demolish today, ladies and gentlemen. Buffalo wins handily. I'm not taking the 15 because I don't believe in 15-point spreads because the Giants could have something in the fourth quarter and backdoor and cover that, and Buffalo could win by 14 points, 2 touchdowns. So that's kind of how shit happens. But far as the first half, minus 8.5 all day, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm on my Josh Allen props. Over 2.5 touchdowns, Buffalo to win. 3 touchdowns, Buffalo to win as well. Those are my plays in this game.
Yeah. Tim, your thoughts here? Sunday Night Football.
All right. So I hear you. I hear you. So what you're saying is the Giants are winning this game by double digits. Okay. No, I'm not touching this. I'm not touching the Giants because of fading the London game, but I couldn't. I that's ridiculous. I am on the under because it is prime time, and primetime games result in unders. So that's the only thing I took from this game is the under. I really wanted nothing to do with the side. My hope is that the Buffalo Bills don't go over by themselves. So under in this game, the last place Giants. Hey, this is Giants fans. Tank for Caleb Williams. Eat Daniel Jones's contract. Daniel Jones, he's a Duke player. What do you expect from him? He's a Duke player. I think Daniel Jones is awful. Go and get Caleb Williams. Just go and get him. And then maybe you guys might be better next year. Buffalo
They'll get Marvin Harrison. They'll get Marvin Harrison.
As soon as they realize that Daniel Jones is garbage, the better they'll be.
I don't think they'll move on from Daniel Jones. I don't think they will the next couple of years.
Then you're going to have 4 years of suffering as a Giants fan?
No, I think they're going to draft offensive linemen so they can actually give Daniel Jones more than 0.6 seconds to throw the football. And they're going to give him some wide receivers so he actually has weapons to throw the football to. That's what I think.
Okay.
But back to the chat, Tim, and then we will recap and we'll head on out.
You threw the lockout for the Eagles. No, I just threw it for the money line for the full game. Why? Are you an Eagles fan? Let's go Bills. Battle of New York. Yeah, Bills the under. Yeah, I like the under in that game. Jersey football has been sacrificed. Can't bet the fake Jersey teams today. That's fair. Hell nah. Yes, sir. Bills first half. Maine, I need a new book. You do? Okay, have fun. Giants money line, absolutely not. I will take your action.
That would be the most NFL.
I'll bet you on that one.
Here's the thing, though. That would be the most NFL thing to happen is for the Giants to win this football game for absolutely no good reason.
Okay.
Like, will that surprise you? Like, if all like the big favorites win today, and the last leg on everybody's parlay is the Bills money line, would it shock you to see the Giants win this game and people questioning the refereeing?
Yeah, it would shock me very much that the Giants beat the Bills.
Giants should get Dak Prescott. No,
absolutely not.
Did you watch Williams last night? No, I did not. But because I heard he went from like plus 150 to win Heisman to like 14-1. I'm sorry. After one game, yeah, no, I'll take Caleb Williams to win the Heisman at 14-1. He is by far the best player in college football.
Did they lose?
Yeah, they lost by 28 to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame money line and the over. Boom.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. But it was an undefeated USC team at plus money. You knew they were going to lose.
On the road as well, right?
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get it.
Result of drive field goal. You have fun with your field goal props. The funny thing is I hate the Eagles. LOL, don't even have a favorite NFL team. That's fair. That's the best way to bet is when you don't have a favorite team. Come on. Yeah, all right. All right. That is all the games for today. Let's bring up Peter Griffin. Hold on. Come on. We could do this. Here he is.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Can't really see them, but they're right above Nick's head. Make sure you guys check out the social media links, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the Earle Sports Bets channel, it's behind my head, but $4.99 a month, 16 cents a day. Cards for a lot of the sports. And we'll see how those go. Make sure you just and make sure you guys are following LJ real quick. LJ, where can we find you while we're doing shoutouts?
Hey man, they can find me on Twitter at LJ Sports Media and also on YouTube, Raw Words Podcast. Just type in LJ from Houston. My channel comes up. I gave out my props this morning. You know, I did a morning show before I jumped on here. So if y'all want to go back 30 minutes before kickoff, see if y'all can find some props, see if y'all can get some money. But as far as that, Twitter at LJ Sports Media and YouTube, LJ from Houston, Raw Words Podcast is how they can find me.
There you go. Nick, recap. Actually, Kirk Gray, you guys should do a best bet. Sure, we'll give out a best bet in a minute. Well, actually, Nick, recap, and you can give out a best bet.
Yeah. MLB, I'm on the Astros first 5 full game. There's levels to this, Texas. There's levels to this. I am currently sitting on the under 42.5 in this London game. Currently sweating that right now, 24-13 with 2:40 to go. The Titans have the ball. I'm on the Falcons minus 2.5. Bears team total over 20.5, full game over 44. Niners team total over 23.5, full game over 36. Under 42.5, Saints and Texans. Panthers plus 14, small sprinkle plus 790 outright. Patriots money line plus 130, and the team total over 19.5. Plus 3.5 with the Buccaneers and plus 150 money line. Rams minus 6.5, team total over 27.5, full game over 48. Jets plus 7, sprinkle on the money line, team total over, full game over. And the primetime unders, first half full game under with New York and Buffalo. My best bet of the day, we're going to go shop around, find a 7, Jets, Jets, plus 7 against the Eagles. My best bet of the day.
Sounds good. Go to LJ next.
LJ,
I'm copying links and stuff.
Yes, sir. To recap, I am on, as well as you, Saints and Texans under 42.5. I believe both teams will be limited in scoring, and I think both defenses will hold each other. So I believe that game goes under. I'm on Detroit minus the 3 over Tampa Bay. I just believe Detroit's offense is just too much for Tampa Bay at this time. I'm on the Eagles and Jets under first half, under 20.5. I believe both defenses will fill each other out for us the most part in the first half. And I believe the Eagles will take over in the second half after they come out and make adjustments on the Jets defense. I'm on Buffalo minus 8.5 first half. I just believe they're going to jump on the Giants early. And Buffalo teams to come back home off a loss. I think they're in a great situation to put up those points. So I took the minus 8.5 first half. And I'm on the Rams, minus 7. Also, coming off a loss, back home, off the Eagles loss, I believe they will get right versus an Arizona team who's suffering, like I said, from the quarterback position, running back is out, and their secondary is hampered with injuries. So, Rams minus 7.
There you go.
Oh, Astros as well. If you want me to recap Major League, I'm on the Astros team total over 4.5 because it's my trend that I've been taking versus a lefty. I'm going to stick with it. And they're batting over 800 OPS versus lefty. So, and first 5 over 4.5 because Verlander came back to the Astros. He's went over 4.5, 5 out of the 6 games, I believe, starting at home with the Astros. So, first 5 over 4.5. Team total, Astros, over 4.5 on my looks in the ALCS.
Sounds good. Tim, your recap, and then we get out of here.
Let's do this. I was hoping for a Keaton Mitchell touchdown. Not going to get it, but passed on the Washington game. I like Minnesota. I like Indianapolis. I kind of like the over in that Browns game. I'm on Seattle as one of my contest picks. I'm on Vegas as a contest pick. Tampa as a contest pick. I like the Rams. I like the Jets. The under in the Bills game. My last contest pick, we didn't talk about it today because it's tomorrow. I'm on the Dallas Cowboys -2.5 in that game against the Chargers. So I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys as my 5th contest pick. So forget throw that one out as well. But that's all for today. Tampa Bay Lightning in hockey, Houston Moneyline in baseball, and the Vegas Aces to finish out the season tonight in the WNBA.
All right. Yeah, for hockey, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to get on this slate. I lean towards the Sens in that game against the Lightning. It is going to be the backup or the 3rd string goaltender most likely for the Lightning. So
that's fine.
Maybe a team total over.
Under 5.5 in Senators. He's doing an alternative spread.
Under 5.5. Oh God.
Oh, sorry. And best bet today will be the Seattle Seahawks. He likes the Jags. He put $3,000 on the Jags. I'm on the opposite side. I don't like the Jags coming off of 2 London games. That's it. That's good here for today. We'll be back. Titans in the red zone. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That'll be it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. I believe there's a decent sized hockey card tomorrow, Nick. Right now,
there might be. There might be a couple games.
I don't remember. That's gonna do it. We'll see you guys then. Bye.